From the arena in downtown San Jose, Sports Channel is set to bring you another exciting San Jose Sharks hockey game. Tonight, the Sharks get another test as they meet up with a team that has caused them a lot of difficulty in the past. The former North Stars from Minnesota, now the Dallas Stars. The Sharks promise to be a better defensive team this year, and are they ever after 14 games? They've allowed an average of just over 3 goals per game through 14 games compared to their first year of almost 6. That's an improvement of almost twice as good as 2 years ago. And when they go outside their division, as they are tonight playing a Central Division team, the Sharks have one of the best goals allowed of all the Pacific Division teams. Only 17 goals have been scored against the Sharks by teams outside of the Pacific Division. Hello again, everybody. I'm Randy Hunt along with Pete Stemkowski. Thanks for joining us on this Friday night. The Sharks continue this homestand tonight against the Dallas Stars, and that defense really has been getting better, Pete.
Well, you know, that you look at that graphic, Randy, unbelievable when you can see a team here that's so good defensively. You know, it's a number of steps before you get better. The first step that Kevin Constantine, the new coach, wanted to do was establish a tight defense. So far, that has been working. Now, if the offense can get in tune with the defense, we're going to have ourselves a pretty good hockey team here.
Good lead-in, Pete. It's almost as if we'd rehearsed this. Igor Larionov has been a big catalyst for the Sharks over the past half dozen games. Quite honestly, they've only lost once when he's played.
Well, he's the guy they look up to. He's an experienced center iceman. He makes Sergei Makarov go a lot better, and anybody else is over on that left side. He just have to skate and get in the holes, and those two guys are to give him the puck. So Larionov has really been the leader of this hockey team the last 4 or 5 games.
Dallas Stars coming to town on a little bit of a bad spell. They're winless in their last 3, but they have a potential superstar in number 9, Mike Modano. 12 goals already this season, and if this guy lives up to his billing, he's going to be one of the great ones.
Well, I don't think he's really reached his full potential yet, Randy. He's got 12 goals, as you mentioned. He's a big scorer. He's got good size. He's over 200 pounds. He's got great speed, goes for the net, and he is the main man for the Dallas Stars as far as they're going to go and what their future lies.
Modano finished off last season rather unimpressively, but as you can see with those totals, he's going very, very well so far in this 93-94 season, and the Sharks will be challenged to try and shut down Mike Modano and the rest of the Dallas Stars here tonight at the San Jose Arena. All right, let's look at your keys for victory tonight, Pete.
All right, here's a chance for me to play the coach a little bit. Their number 1 key is absolutely that high intensity has to stay here. It was here against the Pittsburgh Penguins the other night. A team like the Dallas Stars are coming in here. The Sharks just have to play high intensity hockey. Cut down the ice. We talked about Mike Modano, what a great offensive threat he is. Take the ice away from some of those offensive players. Sharks are going to have to do that. Specialty teams, a must. The power play has not been much this year. It's down at the bottom of the back, and so you score a power play here or there, and in close hockey games, Randy, that's something that can make the difference between winning and losing.
Over the last 5 games, the Sharks have picked up 7 points out of a possible 10. The highlight was that tie the other night against the Pittsburgh Penguins, and they'll try and get it done tonight in their first meeting of the season against the Stars. And Sharks hockey tonight here on Sports Channel is brought to you by Bud Dry, the less filling beer with a lot more taste. Why ask why? By the Discover card. It pays to discover, the card that pays you back. By Wells Fargo Bank, coming through for local sports. And by Gillette Sensor and the new Gillette Series. Gillette, the best a man can get.
Scores and highlights as well. Second intermission, former Shark and now Dallas Star Dean Evason will join us. We also will have our Watch and Win contest question. You have an opportunity to win a trip to Reno. Casey comes back with an interview, scores and highlights as well. And speaking of Casey, let's go to her now.
Well, Steve, real Sharks fans who stick by this team through thick and thin, but now that they've put together a couple of good games, everybody's coming out of the woodwork. Should be a good turnout tonight. We'll be bringing you some of the faces in the crowd, plus Rob Goodrow's parents. Randy?
All right, we're ready to go here at the San Jose Arena. It's the Sharks against the Dallas Stars, and we'll have the opening face-off here on Sports Channel after this.
I still enjoy going to work in the morning.
Nothing like that feeling.
It's worth everything. Owning my own
To have
business.
your own business. I enjoy it. I feel strong.
It's a great feeling.
When it's your business, you put your heart and soul into every decision.
I basically dictate my fate.
Confidence, flexibility that you have.
So consider this one. The corporate card from American Express.
It's me, that's it.
Sign of success.
The card that helps you manage smarter.
Call now and we'll take your application right over the phone.
You'll get detailed monthly and quarterly
Quarterly
reports
reports.
to maintain control.
That's a plus. You need that sometimes.
No preset spending limit, savings on car rental, hotels, UPS overnight shipping, accident disability insurance at no extra cost.
Accountants love it.
American Express backs me.
The rewards are wonderful.
See how the corporate card gives you what it gives over 1 million small businesses, the freedom to do what you do best.
It's easy to apply for the corporate card.
Call 1-800-SUCCESS.
The best card to have.
You'll soon remember why you started your own business in the first place.
You obviously have to love what you're doing.
Larionov is having a record game here tonight. That's his 16th, his 17th, and his 18th goal of the game.
Sharks fans, you are in for a treat. Join us post-game for a rare look deep inside the world of hockey with an in-depth interview with Igor Larionov himself.
Igor, can you share with us your thoughts on your performance tonight?
I really don't have too many thoughts, Bob. I am just a piece of plastic.
For the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Okay.
brave.
Welcome back live to the San Jose Arena here on Sports Channel. Sharks getting set to take on the Dallas Stars. Andy Moog, the former Boston Bruin, came over in a trade to Dallas in the offseason. 12 games this year. He's won 4, lost 4, tied 3, a goals against average of 3.40. But he's one of the great ones over the last 10 years in the NHL. Jimmy Waite gets the start for the Sharks down at the other end. His first appearance since last Sunday night. He's won a game, lost a couple of goals against average of 3.96. Our referee is Richard Trottier, Brad Lazarowicz, and Jay Scherers, the linesman, and Larry Collison is the video goal judge tonight here in San Jose. There's Kevin Constantine, who has really got the Sharks fitting into that defensive system now that he had talked about in all the preseason and through the first 10 games or so when they weren't winning. It seems to be bearing fruit now.
Well, it is, Randy, but you know, we're only a certain amount of games. We see Bob Gainey over on the other side over there. He 16-year veteran of the National Hockey League, 4th year as coach of the Minnesota North Stars, also the general manager. But you know, it's small, getting back to what you were saying, small steps before you reach success. The intensity has been there, Randy, the last half a dozen games, but you know, you need the consistency to go along with it, and you got to come prepared to work every night, whether it's the Pittsburgh Penguins or the Montreal Canadiens in town. So we'll see how the Sharks meet the challenge tonight.
Sharks will skate left to right here in the first period. They try to keep this streak going. They have gone 5 games now with 3 wins and a tie and picked up 7 out of a possible 10 points in this span. A very impressive stretch for this Shark team that started out with a struggling record. Zettler playing it into the Dallas zone, picked up there by Darian Hatcher. Hatcher playing it along the board. Shane Churla, a tough guy with a long shot from center ice, stopped by Jimmy Waite. Chance in front, saved by Waite. Churla on the rebound, and they'll hold it there for a faceoff as the North Stars' Trent Platt got in there quickly, and now a fight breaking out at the edge of the crease. Linesman will get in the middle of that, and we'll see if there's penalties coming out of it.
Well, I'll tell you something. This Stars team has showed me something in the first shift. They lost in Anaheim the other night. They are not a happy hockey team that came in here. First shift of the hockey game, a lot of bounce, and that a great play going wide. And watch the play on the outside. The good shot by Jimmy Waite. He's got to come up with a big save real quick in the first minute of the play. And then the Stars come down and challenge again. Here you're going to see the play cutting in. There's Klatt going in, beating the Dale Craigwell over on the right side. Gets a good shot on goal. Then the Stars converge on the net, pushing and shoving. But Jimmy Waite has to come up with a couple of saves early here in the first period.
Flatt just called up yesterday from Kalamazoo in the International League, so he's trying to make an impression with the Stars as well, and he did early on there. Mark Tenorti now for the Stars up to center ice, taken by Modano. He loses it up near the blue line. Modano trying to jam it past Craigwell. Goodrow is there. Bob Goodrow trying to get it to Craigwell. Back in comes Dallas. Back out to Tenorti. Tenorti to the right wing side. Stars continuing to control the play. They try to work it to Modano. That's rejected. Back it comes to number 9. Modano centering pass, and Wade with the kick save as it deflected on goal. Dallas still with the control of the play. Shot by Modano. Weak one kicked aside by Wade. And Michael Satora says we better get this thing out of here, and he'll send it down the length of the ice. Should be a whistle here and an icing call against San Jose. Well, on the shelf for the San Jose Sharks tonight, some of the regular candidates of late. Ray Whitney, who you saw on Sharks Talk, still out with the knee, and he's out for another 4 to 6 weeks. Lawler with the knee for another 7 to 9. Jay Moore with the wrist for another 5 to 7 weeks. Those are all long-term projects. Jamie Baker, day-to-day, still suffering from the effects of a groin injury, and Sean Cronin is a CD tonight. Coach's decision.
There's the shot coming in. Modano was really controlling that puck over there. Jimmy Wade early in the game says, hey, what's going on? I've had 3 shots on goal. We've only played a minute and a half of this first period.
Tom Peterson spun around behind his own net, then tripped up by Mike Craig, but he'll get the puck ahead to Gaetan Duchesne. Duchesne loses it up near center and sends it back in.
Make mention, he had a scratch, Dean Evison. I see him out. That's got to be him or somebody that looks a lot like him on that ice out there, number 16.
Indeed, we were initially told that Dean Evison was scratched from tonight's lineup, but Evison, then we were told, would wear number 14. He's out there wearing number 16.
That sure looks like
that.
Him.
Looks like Dean in number 16. Yep. So forget about everything we heard.
And he, a couple of years here for the Sharks, very popular in this area. A number of people come over, said hello to him in the morning skate, and getting a chance to play regularly with the Dallas Stars.
3rd leading scorer this year, 4th on the Sharks in scoring last year with 31 points. He's off to a good start with Dallas. 1 goal, 9 assists. Here comes Todd Elliott breaking wide to the left. Drops it back for Peterson. Scores!
The first 2 minutes of this hockey game belong to the Dallas Stars. The first good scoring opportunity for the Sharks. They take advantage. Defenseman for the Stars pinching. Here comes Ellick breaking. Look at Tom Peterson, defenseman, breaking into the play. Actually a 3-on-2, but Peterson, good speed for a defenseman. Loves to jump up with that look. Look at Peterson. He'll join the play. Ellick gives it to him in the slot. Peterson's got a great shot. Lets a quick snapshot go. Look behind Andy Moog in the net. First shot on goal for the Sharks counts. They're on the board first, leading at 1-0.
Tom Peterson gets the goal at 2:01, and it is 1-0 San Jose. Todd Ellick will pick up the assist. We'll check to see if there's a second assist, but Peterson, who got that overtime game winner last Sunday night, gets on the board again here. 3rd goal of the year for Peterson as the puck comes to center ice. Russ Courtnall now to Chris Tansel, and that's poked away back into the Star zone.
That should get the Sharks somewhat going in this hockey game. Flat the first shift. Stars came out skating and shooting. Boom. Sharks get a shot on goal and make it count.
I want to tell you something interesting about the scoring play when we get a chance. Right now, the puck in the Shark zone. Jeff Norton will touch it up. We'll get the icing call against the Stars with 17:08 left in the first period. Sharks lead 1-0.
18! Hot, hot!
Glad you're with us on this Friday night at the San Jose Arena. 1-0. Sharks leading Dallas, and this game tonight is brought to you in part by Bud Dry. The less filling beer with a lot more taste. Why, ask why? Try Bud Dry. Beat that last goal. Peterson from Ellick and Duchesne, 3 players, all former Minnesota North Stars.
Absolutely, and that, we talked about Bob Airy the other night against the Pittsburgh Penguins. He got his team pumped up. Former Penguin, he says, hey, Pittsburgh is good. I played there. They're not as good as we think they are. I'm sure guys like Peterson and especially Gaetan Duchesne, who's a former Stars player, saying the same thing to the guys in the locker room. Let's take another look at the play. Here comes the break with Todd Ellick. Look at 41 coming into your picture there in the middle. Tom Peterson, 3-on-2. There's the shot. Moog doesn't have a chance. It's in the net.
Right off the draw, another chance for the Sharks. Now Ozolinsh sends it deep, and Jim Johnson, number 6, back for Dallas. Stars, as we mentioned in the pregame, have had some very disappointing results of late, including losses at Anaheim and at home to Ottawa. Jeff Norton ridden into the boards by Russ Courtnall. Ozolinsh pokes the puck free, and Norton will carry it up the left wing. He stumbles and just plays it into neutral ice. 1-0 San Jose on Tom Peterson's 3rd of the year, a 201 from Ellick and Duchesne. David Maley getting the elbow up high along the boards. No call by the referee. Now it's Ozolinsh coming up the right wing side. Chopped at by one of the Stars. Comes back to center and will get a 2-line pass call. And a face-off with 16:18 left here in the first. Well, here's the top scoring teams in hockey right now, and Dallas wasn't really predicted to be all that high scoring a team this year, but Modano has really got things going, and you see they're right near the top of the pack.
Look at Philadelphia and Toronto. Philadelphia's just off to a great start. Eric Lindros is doing everything that was expected of him when he was the #1 pick a couple of years back. And of course, Toronto, I think, still on a high from last year. They haven't come down to earth yet. They're really playing great hockey.
They'll be here next Tuesday as we get 2 face-offs that are done over again. First, Jeff McLean was tossed, and Maley came in, and they're going to let David Maley stay in there to take this draw. Just inside the Dallas zone. Face-off played back to center ice. Peterson quickly rams it right back in. Check thrown behind the net at Tenorti. Tenorti hit again, but he gets the puck back across to the other side. Taken there by Hatcher. Some big hits being delivered, particularly by the Sharks so far here in this first period.
Particularly this line, Maley, Odgers, and McLean. That's what they're out there for. Take the body every chance they get.
Sherla on the turnover. The shot taken by Clack, turned aside by White and into the crowd.
You talk about in the pregame about establishing your home ice here. That's what the Sharks are doing right now. Every time a defenseman, somebody like Mark Tenorti, not fast, a skilled, experienced player, defenseman back there for the Stars, you get on top of him, start rubbing him into the boards. He doesn't like it. He just took a pop there by, I believe, Maley ran him into the boards a little bit. Tenorti came back, took a little swing at him. Not hard, just a little punch at him, missed him. And he doesn't like that kind of stuff. There's the captain of the team, Mark Tenorti. That's the numbers he's put up against the San Jose in the last couple of years.
He led all defensive players on the Stars last year in scoring. The face-off in the Sharks zone, and Mike Modano wins the draw, but Tenorti couldn't hold it in at the point. And Grant Ledyard chasing back to the Stars. One of the few additions to this Dallas former Minnesota team. This is basically the same group that got to the Stanley Cup Finals 3 years ago. Last year, though, they failed to make the playoffs. Sikora kicking the puck to his stick at center ice. The 20-year-old defenseman crossing the blue line, plays it behind the net. Moog trying to get it to his teammate as Goodrow comes in to break it up. Now a loose puck for Bob Airy. Airy sends it back to the point. Zettler will try and get things organized from there. Dumps it around, comes to this side. Good hit by Craigwell to knock his man off the puck. Airy chases it to the corner, but he takes a hard hit from Tenorti, and the Stars will gather it inside their own zone. Turned over, and Goodrow almost had a break. Finally, they get it out to center ice, but it's given away right to Craigwell. And now Bob Airy slow to get up at center ice for the Sharks.
I didn't see what happened there. It looked like he collided with somebody. There's no penalty on the play. We'll be coming right back.
Dakota.
We want to remind you to stick around in the second intermission. We'll unveil tonight's watch and win question, and you'll have a chance to win a trip to Reno, courtesy of Southwest Airlines, along with accommodations provided by the Reno Hilton. Make sure you're with us during the second intermission. Bob Airy being helped back to the bench by Tommy Woodcock, the Sharks trainer, and hopefully nothing serious there.
It looked like he may have got his wind knocked out of him. He's not favoring a knee, shoulder, anything like that. He may have just got a something in the midsection there. He's not going into the locker room. He's staying on the bench, I'm sure, maybe a couple of minutes there, and he'll be back taking a full shift in this hockey game.
Peterson, the goal scorer, with the shot around the boards, comes off the lip, back down to Ellick. Ellick tried to send it to Smolik at the point. It's broken up. Now Mike McPhee on the left wing side for Dallas. Left it there for Dean Evison. Broken up. Here's Ellick again with Duchesne. Ellick across the line, leaves it for Duchesne. Duchesne shot, and it's just wide off the glove of Andy Moog. Ellick again, back for Duchesne in front of the backhand, and it's kicked away by Moog. And the net comes off as Duchesne runs into it. We get a whistle, but Gaetan Duchesne testing Andy Moog with 2 great scoring chances.
Well, that play was all made by Todd Ellick. Is he flying tonight? He's only had a couple of shifts in this hockey game, but he is really moving with the puck. So important for the center iceman to make the plays. Look at Duchesne, good backhand, difficult stop for goalkeepers. Never know where it's going or when it's coming. Finally, Barry takes him into the butt. Look at the Ellick controlling the play, getting the blue line. Look at the shot coming in there. As Duchesne lets that one go, Moog just gets a piece of that. Then on the trail end of that play, Duchesne takes another backhand, and Andy Moog has to once again come up with the save.
We get a penalty against the Stars.
Barry.
The penalty to number 5, Brad Barry, off for high sticking at 5:34. There's Duchesne, 4 years with the Stars, played almost 300 games for them. 90 points, and there's the Dallas player in the penalty box. Barry at 5:34 for high sticking. Now the Sharks power play goes to work. Dallas can't clear it as Jim Johnson plays it to the point. Norton stopped it there. Now Larionov to Makarov, back to the high slot for Norton. Went through his skates, and Wade will have to come out of the crease to control this for the Sharks.
Now this is the area the Sharks have to work on. The penalty, the power play. It's down near the bottom of the pack. These kind of goals can really win hockey games for you. This is something they worked on for about 15 minutes at the morning skate.
They didn't work on the referee getting in the way there. It was in his skates. Now it comes this side for Makarov. Sergei pulls up, waits for help. Now inside the face-off circle. In front, chance. Ozolinsh pokes at it, and Moog's got it.
Where the Sharks love, and most teams in the National Hockey League, Randy, love to get that defenseman coming in from the point. That's the way the power play is in the National Hockey League. Everybody's looking for a guy in front. People are looking for guys in the face-off circle. Passes back to the point. They forget about the defenseman sneaking in from the point. Makarov sees that Ozolinsh breaking in. There he is, number 6, Ozolinsh. He's a defenseman. He's standing in front of the Dallas net. Look him. He gets right in there. There he is. Take a look. Takes a little bit of a swipe at it. Quickly the Stars come in and able to cover up on the play.
They get the face-off again. Back to Norton. 1-0. Sharks leading, and on the power play. Norton, a weak shot, partially blocked. Goes into the corner. Mike Craig will try and get it out of there for the Stars. Now Darian Hatcher comes in to help out, and he'll send it all the way back behind. And Jimmy Waite will hold it up there.
Dallas penalty killing is number 1 in the National Hockey League.
Here's Ozolinsh from center. Fans are into this one early, and with good reason. The Sharks have come on strong here after it initially looked like Dallas was going to control the flow in the first period. Puck caught along the boards. Tenorti throwing some weight around, trying to knock Ozolinsh off it. Now it comes back, and Norton will take it with 37 left to go in the San Jose power play. They lead 1-0. Stars change up their penalty kill unit. Here's Norton to center. Slaps it in. Ellick gets deep. Now at the point, Norton along the boards for Ellick. Finds Peterson open. Garpenlov back to Peterson, over to Norton. To Peterson, to Garpenlov. Ellick in front, tried to jam it through the crease, couldn't. Now down to 2 seconds in the power play. Comes back to the corner for Ellick. Barry's back on, shot by Peterson. That hit McPhee, deflects into the corner. Odgers after it there with help from Garpenlov. Here's Garpenlov, goes behind the net, turns to get away from Johnson, dumps it in the corner. Odgers there, centers it out, and it hit a leg and went past Peterson. And Wade will have to play this.
Well, no real good shots from the point there, but look at the muscle in the corner. Johan Garpenlov, with the team, has been on his case a little bit. Battles in the corner there, just out-muscles the Stars defenseman and comes up with the puck.
The roar from the crowd was Shane Churla missing a check behind Jimmy White as he tried to label Jeff Norton. Now sticks come up. Odgers gets it in the face from Tenorti, who came in real late with a high elbow. And we're going to get penalties here for sure. Tenorti came in looking for Odger's number.
Churla was involved in that also. Tenorti's been in a bad mood right from the beginning of this game. And you mentioned the fact that Odgers took a run at him early in this first period, and Tenorti took a swing at him back. Players don't forget something like that. Odgers was fully aware of what Tenorti tried to do early on, maybe took a shot at him right there, and looks like both those guys have begun. There you see Jeff Odgers in the penalty box. Over on the other side is the captain of the Stars, Mark Tenorti, and it looks like these guys will get 2 minutes apiece.
Indeed, it is matching roughing penalties to Mark Tenorti and Jeff Odgers at 8:05. So a 4-on-4 skating situation. Good crowd on hand here at the San Jose Arena tonight as the Sharks continue this homestand. A couple of more games left to go. They'll play New Jersey and then on Tuesday Toronto. And speaking of that, when the Sharks are here to play the Maple Leafs, you can help the victims of the horrible firestorms in Southern California. We'll have collection barrels here. We encourage you to bring non-perishable items, canned food, new toys. Many unfortunate people who lost their homes, they're living in shelters. They need our help, and we'll have the barrels here, and we'll accept items beginning at 6 o'clock Tuesday, 7:30 the start time. Again, that's the Sharks in Toronto next Tuesday. Hope you can help out. And right now the Sharks with the puck in their own zone with 11:50 left to go here in the first period. They lead the Dallas Stars 1-0. A team that's beaten the Sharks 6 times over 2 years. And we heard that same lament when Pittsburgh was here the other night. The Sharks had never had any success against them, and that changed. Zettler throws a big check at Cloud on the boards. It opened the penalty door and almost knocked Jeff Odgers off the bench. Here is Zettler playing in his 8th straight game after missing the first 7 due to a coaching decision. Duchesne at center ice can't bring in the pass. Now Goodrow up to forecheck as it comes around to the young defensive hopeful for Dallas, Darian Hatcher. Tied up by another defensive hopeful, Michael Sikora. Back through the middle for Hatcher. Hatcher a backhand. Wade sees this one all the way, deflects it behind the net, and Norton will take it there. Lost it for a moment. Now the Stars have it again. Play to the center of the ice. Shot from there. Saved by Wade. Makarov after the rebound couldn't bring it in, but now Larionov has it.
Well, I'll tell you, Jimmy Wade did the splits on that one as Hatcher led a good slap shot goal for the far corner. Great reflexes by Jimmy Wade. That's his 5th save of the hockey game.
40 minutes to go in the 40 seconds rather to go in the 4-on-4 skating situation. Craig Ludwig, the former Montreal Canadien, of which this Dallas roster is sprinkled with players from Montreal. They take the line but dump it in, and Doug Smolik, another former Minnesota product, former first-round draft pick of the North Stars. Here's Ozolinsh. Dumps it across the line, rejected by Ludwig, and the Sharks will just chase back into their own zone. Right now the shots are even, 5 each. But Dallas had an early jump with 4 shots on goal. Here's Alec from the point, dumps it toward the net. Good idea because Moog wasn't all the way back yet. Ludwig was able to block it. Here comes Alec. Is he onside? Yes, but the backhand is off the target as he was sandwiched by the defense. The penalties are over. Teams are back at full strength now as Tenorti sends the lead pass up the right wing side. Intended for Ulf Dahlin. Too far for him. It'll be icing.
What a
9:39 left here in the first. Sharks up 1-0. We're back.
It's the way we make you feel that makes people fly British Airways. The world's favorite airline.
Back at the San Jose Arena, 1-0 here in the first period. Oh, Casey Shaughnessy, where are you?
Randy, I'm here in a skybox. You guys should try this out. We're with Betty and Joe Ramirez, big Dean Evason fans. They've got a sign down here that says, "Welcome back, Dean, we miss you." And Betty, you got a chance to talk to Dean before the game tonight.
Yes, I did.
What do you have to say?
Well, I told Dean that we were glad to have him back and to see him playing here, and we missed him very much on our team.
All right, well, the Sharks coaching staff says that Dean Evason is one of the main reasons that the Stars lead the league in penalty kills. Watch for the Sharks power play to be tested tonight. Randy?
There is Dean Evason, traded to Dallas in the offseason for a 6th-round draft pick. And really the player who's replaced him in that role, checking forward, has been Gaetan Duchesne, and it's been a pretty good trade-off for both teams, I would say. Here's McPhee from center ice, dumps it in. Jimmy White will play it back out of the zone. McPhee with it there again, being checked by Falloon. Controlled by Ellick, then he has to keep his head up to stay away from a hit. Falloon across the line, looks for Duchesne on the left side. Barry is there all over Duchesne. The pass into Ellick. He's tripped up by Edison, and play goes on. Dean Edison comes to center ice. McPhee holding up at the blue line, but somebody was offside, and they'll bring it back out.
Well, the crowd going for a penalty as Dean Evison took Todd Ellick out in the corner. Evison leading the rush down the boards, but offside on the play.
Oh, we talked about the tremendous mix between the Sharks and former Minnesota players. Of course, there was that cross-pollination draft when the Sharks franchise began. Rob Zettler, Doug Smolik, Arturs Irbe, Tom Peterson, Jean-Francois Quintin, who's down in Kansas City, all drafted by the Minnesota North Stars franchise, all ended up with San Jose. There's Irbe getting a night off. He actually took yesterday off. Didn't practice, had a little bit of a flu bug, trying to get over that.
Hard to believe guys like that drafted 196th and 217th. We're talking about 7th and 8th rounds, and now playing regularly in the National Hockey League.
Irbe's right up there with his goals against average, well under 3 right now. And Sharks are finding themselves with a pretty good situation in goal, especially the way Wade has come on in the last game or so. Jeff McLean stood up by Tinordi at the blue line as he tried to dipsy-doodle around him to the left side.
Yeah, he's a youngster getting his first really taste of National Hockey League action. He's going to learn, hey, keep your head up next time you go across that blue line.
Here's Jimmy White keeping his head up as he dumps it into the corner for Makarov. Makarov and Aaron Broughton battling away. Stars dig it out, but it comes back to Sergei. Now it's Garpenlov on the left wing side across center. He'll just send it into the Stars zone. They have 3 defensemen back there to help out Andy Moog. But they turn it over to the Sharks. Here's Garpenlov. Sikora rifles it toward the net, and it's tipped by one of the Stars right at Andy Moog, and he will hold it there for a face-off inside the Stars zone.
Once again, you see these Russian players making an impact. Mark Tinordi not in a good mood. He's already taken a penalty. He's the captain of this team of the Stars. Big guy, over 200 pounds. Watch the hit on McLean right at the blue line. Sikora will also throw a check. Here comes McLean and Sikora. Look at that hit. Just making that turn. McLean, actually, Tinordi, who's got a little bit of a size advantage, took the worst of that. Another look at this one. McLean just at the last moment. The tackle right there in open ice. Tinordi goes down. And McLean actually got the better of that.
There is big Mark Tinordi, 6'4", 205 from Red Deer, Alberta. That even sounds like a tough town. I've been there. It is tough, Pete. Stay out of Red Deer.
Stay there? Stay out of there on a Saturday night? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Word on Bob Airey, by the way, is still being checked by doctors. They don't feel it's a serious situation, though, and we do expect Airey to return to the game. He left a little earlier in this period. Jim Johnson, that's a name to have when you're playing in Dallas. They don't call him Jimmy. Wonder if he has the hair to go along with it. He dumps it into the Shark zone. They control it there with 7:42 left to go here in the first period. Jeff Norton up for Zettler. Check that for Larianov. Now for Makarov. Makarov crossing the line, makes that turn. Nice skills as he holds the puck, takes it along the boards. Into Garpenlov. Garpenlov looks for an open man, finds Smolik. Smolik, wrist shot, Moog's got it.
You see how they control the play. Makarov beats somebody, breaks for the hole, gives it over to Johan Garpenlov, who seems to be playing with a lot of confidence in this hockey game. Look at Garpenlov back to Smolik. Smolik will the idea here is just get the shot through and get it on the net. Look at the bodies in front of Andy Moog. Look at Garpenlov. After he gave the puck back to Doug Smolik, he goes for the net. Not going to score from the corner. Here's the shot. Look at Garpenlov cruising towards the end of the net, towards the net. Moog able to get that puck right into the midsection and able to cover up on the play.
Doug Smolik, who will be Steve Paulson's guest in the first intermission tonight, playing in his 99th consecutive game. And in the Sharks' brief history, that is the ongoing record for most consecutive appearances.
Doesn't even take birthdays off or any other such holidays.
No. Shows up lunch pail.
Yep, every day.
Lunch pail is full of a lot of money, but he shows up with a lunch pail. There's Mike Modano, who's going to be cashing in over his long NHL career if he lives up to the billing that they have projected for this first-round pick. But so far, his Stars are trailing 1-0 here. Right now, they're trying to get out of their own zone. There's Bob Airy back out there, so obviously it wasn't serious as Airy steals the puck and backhands it into the zone. A look from just to the side of Andy Moog from behind the net. Gives you a perspective of what it's like down there with all those giants like Tinordi. He's tied up right now at the blue line by Goodrow, then gives him a shove and a penalty coming up against Dallas. And Airy will just take the shot on goal. That'll kill the play, and the Sharks will get a chance to go back on the power play.
And it's the captain getting the penalty. Said he was in a sour mood to begin with. Mark Tinordi's going for cross-checking. There's the signal from referee Richard Trottier. There's really an unnecessary penalty at the blue line. Got the stick up across the shoulders of the Shark player. Watch, this is going to be cross-checking. What there? They're battling it. There it is, right there. There's the shot right there. With just the tail end of that cross-check on Rob Goodrow. And Tinordi heads to the penalty box, and the second power play of the hockey game here coming up for the Sharks.
And second penalty of the period to Tinordi. There's Bob Gainey, now in his 4th year as coach and 2nd year as general manager of the Stars. And Shark fans ready for a power play goal here. And the Sharks are due. They are 26th in the NHL. Only 8 power play goals so far this year. And Pete, you mentioned it. Dallas with the best penalty killing so far this year in the NHL. Mike McPhee, number 17, tries to backhand it clear. Larionov, nice pass parallel with the line. Now Ozolinsh getting it set up. Over to Makarov, also out there Falloon and Larionov. Here's Larionov wheeling around the face-off circle. Back to Ozolinsh. He'll fake the shot to Larionov. Ozolin's shot, and that'll go off McPhee up high, and he'll come down for a face-off, and that used up 26 seconds.
Sandis Ozolinsh taking that shot from the point. He'll be with
Actually, Doug Smolik will be with Steve Paulson in the first intermission. We'll also look at the Sharks' power play and what they're trying to accomplish with that ever so important special team area. And we'll also check a rather short NHL scoreboard on this Friday night, along with highlights. Now the faceoff just across the Dallas blue line. 1-0 Sharks. On a goal by Tom Peterson. A 2-0-1 from Ellick and Duchesne. That's been all the scoring so far. The wrist shot comes out to Sikora. And now the Stars have it. Neil Broughton with McPhee. McPhee hauled down from behind. Sharks got away with one there as McPhee was hooked by Sikora. Now a chance for Broughton as he dug the loose puck from a crowd in front, and Goodrow will finally come out with it. Plays it into the skates of Falloon. Well, the Sharks power play struggling here. Maybe they should watch our feature.
Well, I'll tell you something. Sikora really got away with one as he just got the stick in McPhee's face. McPhee went down, went to the bench. He is actually cut. The referee did not make a call on the play.
Tough break for Dallas. Now comes back out to Sikora. He fans on it, and now a break down the other way. Dean Evason, the former Shark. Evanson's shot saved by Jimmy Waite. Evason was going top shelf, and Waite, despite being down, made the stop.
And you see Sikora out there a long time, and instead of keeping the puck in deep, does not do it, and Evason gets a good scoring.
Here's Ozolinsh now. The power play continuing in front, deflected. Moog the save, and the Stars will play it out with 22 to go in the power play. Jeff Norton to center with Garpenloff, Odgers, Ellick, and Ozolinsh on this power play, or what's left of it. Norton just pokes it to the corner. Stars will get it there, and this should just about do it for the San Jose power play as Darian Hatcher sends it the length of the ice. And now Tinordi back on the ice, and that'll be it. So the Sharks 0 for 2 tonight on the power play. Here's Craigwell, just fires it in. Now a line change as Odgers and Ozolinsh both take a rest. Norton, the loose puck at center ice. Here's Craigwell. He'll turn around and fire it across for Norton. 4.5 to go, first period. Peterson's pass knocked down with a high stick, and as soon as that's touched, the whistle blows, and the faceoff coming up with 4:22 remaining. Still 1-0 Sharks here on Sports Channel. There's Dean Evason, the former Shark, now Dallas Star, and had a good scoring opportunity there, Pete.
Well, he got it from Michael Sikora, who was unable to get the puck deep into the zone. Watch Sikora actually fan on this shot. Evason's right there. Now it's a foot race between Sikora and Evason. Evason feel wall. He'll get that body between. Look how he gets the puck. This way, Jimmy Waite had a lot of time to get himself set. Evason coming in there on a shorthanded situation. Take a look at it again. Here's the play, a tip in there. In front of the net is Jeff Odgers. He just wants to change directions. The way that puck is going, and that one ran into Andy Moog. And right after that, the Stars were able to clear the zone.
There's Todd Ellick, still trying to fit in with a new team. Came over from the Edmonton Oilers about a week and a half ago on waivers. Got an assist his first night and had been shut out until tonight as he picked up an assist on the first goal. Well, Todd's had a little trouble keeping his telephone number straight the last little while. Went from L.A. to Minnesota to Edmonton to San Jose.
You miss anybody?
I think I got all those cities in there.
Furniture hasn't caught enough.
No, it's still catching up with him.
The thing with, I mean, look at that. Look at that. Is that a unique mask
That's
or what?
a great mask.
Wow, love it. Look at those teeth.
Andy Moog.
Anything? No, he looks like they're all there.
Puck tied up in the face-off circle, comes free to Peterson. Wrist shot, flips it right at Moog. Kick save. Tenorti looking for the rebound. Can't. Here's a pass in front for Falloon. He can't find the handle. Ellick just dumping it in front for Pat Falloon. And now the Stars, who've struggled at times all night to get their zone cleared, work it out to the neutral area. Falloon takes it away again. Taking it right back for Dallas, though, is Dave Barr, not the golfer, the hockey player. Barr kicks it up along the boards, taken away by Duchesne. Kicked back into the zone again, and now Smolik pins Barr up along the boards. They'll hold it there for a face-off. I want to remind you that this telecast is presented by authority of the San Jose Sharks. It's intended solely for the private non-commercial use of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, retransmission, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the express written consent of the San Jose Sharks is strictly prohibited. Good look at the crowd on hand here tonight, and they have been vocal so far in support of Jimmy Waite. And I'll tell you, Tom Peterson's got to be his favorite player right now. Peterson got the game winner in overtime up in Anaheim and sets the tone with an early goal here.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, he's been an up and down guy for the Sharks. A couple of youngsters enjoying the game, and he scores the first goal of the game. Tom Peterson does.
No! Icing the indication here from the linesman, and that's the way they're going to call it, as it's touched behind Andy Moog, and they'll bring it all the way down with 3:31 left here in the opening period. And there is Darian Hatcher, the young 21-year-old defenseman we talked about, 6'5", 205. A first-round draft pick a couple of years ago, 8th overall. His brother is Kevin Hatcher of the Washington Capitals, and they just gave him a fat new contract, Pete.
Yeah, 67 games last year. Not only a couple of years in the National Hockey League. Really, I don't feel has established himself as a solid premier defenseman in the league, but the Stars certainly think enough of him, Randy, to give him a couple of $1 million bucks. So he's certainly happy with his take-home, obviously.
Not bad for a 21-year-old. The new NHL, these huge contracts being handed out to, in many cases, unproven players.
You know, where was that money when I was playing this game? I don't know. The owners kept crying poverty all the time, so we said, okay, if you don't have it, I guess we can't get it.
Wonder if they had it. Norton around to this side for Makarov. That's turned over, but it comes across the line. Platt sends it back the other way for Hatcher. Hatcher drives it right into Shane Chula's shoulder along the boards. Jimmy Waite, a soft pass along the boards. He has lots of white sweaters there to work with. And now Makarov will get it clear to center ice, and Garpenlov lost an edge. That was a nice breakout feed for Garpenlov, but he tripped up. Now here's Norton. Norton will go deep, and he pulls back. Wise play. Now he tries to work it to Ozolinsh, but that's intercepted. Paul Broughton. Broughton across the line, feeds the backhander into the zone. Ozolinsh will send it around for Norton with 2:48 left to go first period. Airy trying to kick it up the wing past Barr. And the Stars just content to dump it in again. Zettler back there. He's got his hands full. Takes the hit from Barr, who broke his stick. Now Modano, who's been rather silent so far, dealing with Sikora in the corner. Dallas trying to get on track here as they have struggled over the past 3 or 4 games. Modano squeezed out of the play by Sikora. Now Dallas, they jump on the loose puck. Barr to Modano. Modano in front for Ludwig. Deflects it toward the net. Now in front, another chance. A delayed penalty coming up against the Sharks.
I think Igor Larionov is going to get a penalty. Some anxious moments in and around the front of the Sharks net. Modano, who's the main offensive man for the Stars, controlling it. And when you start running around and spending time in your own zone, inevitably a penalty will come up on a play like that. It is actually, we're looking to see who goes in. It is Rob Zettler who gets the hooking penalty. The Sharks pretty well, probably their best flurry of the hockey game right there. And in the process, the Sharks have to take a penalty. And here you'll see the play behind the net. Look at Zettler with the stick right there. There's the stick underneath the arm. Well, okay. He's got Dahlin there, and Zettler goes to the box. The Stars on the power play.
So Zettler sits for a couple, hooking the call at 17:48, and we see the Dallas power play. So far, it's 14th best, 15 goals on 84 tries. Sharks penalty killing has been improving. They've allowed 15 power play goals so far this year. Now the Dallas power play going to work. They park big Mark Tinordi in front of the net, but it's cleared from behind the net and all the way down.
All right, Doug Smolik doesn't get a lot of recognition, but he's about 220 pounds, uses that weight every chance he gets. He just knocks the star player off the puck. The next Shark player comes in and shoots it down the ice.
Tinordi, Broughton, Evason on the forward part of the power play. Up at the point, it's Grant Ledyard. Pumps it up the boards, and again, it's cleared out of the zone. And the Sharks initially here doing a great job on this penalty kill unit. Quickly, they switch up the look and bring on Sikora and Ozolinsh to spell Smolik and Peterson. Now here's Neil Broughton crossing the blue line. Drops it right side. Try to get it back to the point for Ledyard, and it's cleared by Duchesne this time. And now Dallas almost said it. Dallas will change up. That was 50 cents.
Well, yeah, I think so. Well, no, I'll let you off. I'll give you a mullet.
Right. I deserve one. Here's Modano. Takes it across the right wing side. Shot scores! Mike Modano with a bullet shot to the top corner. Ties it 1-1.
Well, I'll tell you something. Wayne Thomas over on the Sharks bench feels that was a offside play. That Modano's body was in over the blue line before the puck crossed. He is really incensed over there, but it counts. The referee is at the scorer's bench. Modano shows good speed and puts it past. Now watch if his body is ahead of the puck. Wayne Thomas certainly thinks so. We'll take a look at it. Here's Modano breaking down. Puck is going to be bouncing along the boards. Look where he is. Look where the puck is. Ooh. Does that body go in over the before the puck does? I think the Sharks thought so, and they stopped a little bit. Needless to say, Modano carries right in, makes a great shot up and over the shoulder of Jimmy Wade, and that's a power play goal in a 1-1 hockey game.
20 points coming into the game, make that 21 for Mike Modano, who gets his 13th goal of the season. Ulf Dahlin picks up one assist, the other to Mark Tinordi. Now it's all tied up here as we're down to the final minute of the opening period. Evason, the pass back for Craig, and his wrist shot goes over the net and out of play.
Modano gets the goal. Dahlin.
1857 time of Modano's goal, and he has quickly become very, very popular in the Dallas area as the Stars are starting all over again to some extent, trying to turn on a new hockey market to the game and to its stars. Here's another look at the play.
Well, here's Modano breaking down. Now, is his body ahead of the puck? Now, look, it's awfully close right there. Could have gone either way, actually. No call. I thought the Sharks kind of froze on that one, almost expecting a whistle, but Modano really shows some good speed. He's got the size to go along with it. He just breaks in, just overpowers the Shark defenseman. Watch this shot over the shoulder of Jimmy Wade. Sikora coming in just a split second too late. It's in the net.
Off the face-off, here's Makarov in his own zone. Turns to get away. They hammered by McPhee. Ozolin's trying to dig it from the pileup. Makarov there again. This time he sidesteps McPhee rather carefully as it's dumped back to the right point. Jim Johnson holding it in there, plays it along the boards. Norton takes it away. Time you see is remaining here in the first period. Slapped in from center by Ludwig. Norton playing it up high. It almost hit Garpenlaw in the face, and it'll come back down into the Stars zone. Behind the net by Jim Johnson. He takes a look up at the clock, realizing there's not enough time, and that's going to do it for the first period here at the San Jose Arena. So the Sharks jump out very early to set the tone, but the power play gets it done for the Dallas Stars as they tie it up late in the period, and the Sharks' Wayne Thomas, assistant coach, still muttering, no doubt, about that play. And, you know, they'll look at the video in the dressing room. The scoring summary looks like this. Tom Peterson's third from Todd Ellick and Gaetan Duchesne at 2:01. Then Mike Modano from Ulf Dahlen and Mark Tenorti on the power play at 18:57. All the scoring in the opening 20 minutes. Now to our Sports Channel studio here at the arena and Steve Paulson.
All right, coming up in our first intermission, we will talk to Sharks defenseman Doug Zmolik. Also, Casey Shaughnessy will join us. She has a feature on the power play, and naturally we'll have scores and highlights. Good first period of action between Dallas and also San Jose. As we said, Doug Zmolik, our guest, coming up on the first intermission.
Friday night hockey here on Sports Channel. Sharks and Dallas tied 1-1 after the first period. Randy Hahn along with Pete Stemkowski. Stemmer, you said it was going to be a low-scoring, tight first period. OU profit you.
Hey, what a guy. Hey, I'll tell you, I call this one so far. I know that the coach, Constantine, can't be too happy. A slow start, picked it up a little bit in the middle and tail off towards the end. Got to start playing the body more, the Sharks do. A 1-1 tie, so obviously this game is wide open. It's anybody's up to this point.
All right, we promised you a conversation with Doug Zmolik. We've got him. Let's go to Steve Paulson.
All right, Randy, yes indeed. Doug Zmolik joins us now. Doug, after Tuesday night's effort, great effort against the Pittsburgh Penguins, was there a message to set the tone right at the first drop of the puck and try and get that first goal?
Yeah, we just want to stick to our game plan, and basically we're trying to stick to strong defense, and hopefully it'll create some offense for us.
Now, you played in all 84 games last year as a rookie, one of 5 National Hockey League players. What did you learn?
A lot. You're out there every night. You learn how to play night after night, and you learn what you can do and what you can't do. And, it's getting those 84 games and coming back the next year really helps out.
229 penalty minutes last year, only 20 this year after 14 games. Discipline?
A little bit. We're trying to stay out of the box. That's a big thing that hurt us last year. Penalty kill, I think we were last in the league, and you just can't have that kind of thing. So we're trying to stay a lot disciplined as a team, and it's working so far.
As a #1 pick, formerly #1 pick of the then Minnesota North Stars, any added extra incentive, or is that gone?
It's pretty much gone. Basically, I want to play against every team, and that's how you want to do it if you want to stick around and play in this league. So, here and then when you have people watching, you might have a little bit of extra go in your legs, but basically you just want to play hard every night.
So for those who don't know, the bandage on the head, Craig Berube, you want to emphasize there a little bit or explain what happened?
I just took a punch right away and it sliced me open pretty good, so that happens too. So.
All right, being from Minnesota, why is it that high school hockey and college hockey is so popular, yet professional hockey couldn't make it?
I don't know. Maybe because high school is so popular and tickets are only $2 to $3. And the people like it, and that's a big thing in Minnesota, the state high school tournament. There's not much more in Minnesota that's bigger than that. So, it could be that. Otherwise, I don't really know.
You were an all-state selection in football twice. Why did you choose hockey?
I guess you saw the talent out there playing in the USA competitions. In football, you don't really see much, and coming out of Minnesota, you never know. And I guess it just turned out that way, and hockey's favorite sport anyway, so chose that road.
Happy one-day belated birthday.
Thank you.
All right. Defenseman Doug Zmolik, our guest here on the first intermission. And speaking of football, tomorrow it's live football all day long on Sports Channel. You can watch #1 Heisman Trophy candidate Charlie Ward lead Florida State. That will be against Maryland. That's at 9 a.m. 3:30 Stanford, the Cardinal versus USC, and then 6:30 p.m. Cal versus Arizona State. Heck, you can just get up, park it in your lazy boy, and not move all day. What a day on Sports Channel. College football, we have it all. And first intermission, San Jose Sharks and the Dallas Stars are tied at Channel. Friday night hockey here. The Dallas Stars and the San Jose Sharks. Tom Peterson scores for the Sharks. Mike Modano for the Stars. We want to remind you now, everybody likes a contest, and we have one coming up in the second intermission. And we call this Watch and Win. We'll have a question for you. You can win a great weekend trip to Reno via Southwest Airlines. That's the prize, so stay tuned to tonight's game. At the second intermission, we'll be asking our Sharks Watch and Win question of the night. Once again, second intermission. There's been a lot of talk this year about how the Sharks are having difficulty playing and scoring on the power play. Tonight, Casey Shaughnessy takes you inside the Sharks special teams with an explanation from assistant coach Drew Remenda on how the Sharks power play is set up, plus some insight from the players and coach Constantine.
Sikora now from the point, fans on it. Chance for Larionov, and he scores!
Where the boos always come from with the fans is when we get the puck and we take it back into our zone and set it up. We want to take it back and set it up because we want to have one strike to go with. Like we want the team to come back together as a unit and then attack as a unit. That's our breakout. That's the first part, and that's really where your power play stems from. Is if you can attack as a unit, a five-man unit, because you outnumber them. If you all come up 5-on-4, you should gain entry into the zone, and that's your second part. When we hit their blue line, if we've got speed, we should gain entry into the zone with the puck. If you see us dump it in, that's not necessarily a bad thing, because maybe what we've done is we've flooded one side, we bring the puck up the other side, we dump it in, and then we send 3 guys after the puck who have a lot of speed, so we get to the puck before that. When we've done that successfully, then the next thing is we want puck movement. This is where you hear the fans booing and everybody screaming, shoot, shoot, shoot. And we don't necessarily want to shoot. What we want to do is establish puck control in the zone, move the puck around, and try to spread their opposition out. Now what we want is their point coverage guys, the 2 guys, going like this for 2 minutes. Okay, we want them to come up and forth, because what's going to happen is pretty soon they're going to get tired and they're only going to come up a little bit. And that's when we can strike. With our power play, we look to have a point shot, and we look to have people get in front of the net so we can screen the goaltender.
I'm a forward, but then I get moved back to the point on the power play, just to move the puck around and use my skills and my passing and my stick handling and my shot to generate some offense. And that's why you usually see most teams once in a while, have a forward back on defense if he can do the job.
We need to get more shots taken from the point. And if you're going to get the shots taken from the point, you have to have traffic in front. And so your choices for us would be to go with a guy like Jeff Odgers, who will simply go to the front of the net and pay the price in terms of punishment that you take by being in front.
They got me in here to work the power play, kind of like a quarterback, of a football team. You just want to make sure everyone's set up right.
He really can bring the puck from the defensive zone to the offensive zone well, as good as almost anybody in the league, I think. So it gives us an opportunity to get out of our end and get in the other team's end. And then he's a real good passing player, so he can really set up plays.
I like to distribute the puck, move the puck around, get it to the guy in the opening for the best possible shot, and get guys going to the net. And you got to have a little poise. You can't be rattled out there. You got to show poise, and then everybody gets that much better out there.
Sharks trying to get back to the point. Norton to drive. He scores!
Power play.
A key reason why Jeff Norton was acquired was to be on the point in the power play. And you can see there the average power play, 23%. The Sharks before tonight, 10.8%. Casey Shaughnessy is with us now. Casey, we can see we're well below the league average. Why?
Well, I talked to a lot of the players and the coaches. One thing the coaches said is that they preach a lot of patience with the guys on the power play unit. They want them to really make one good shot with that 2 minutes that they've got. And it could be that they've preached so much patience, the players are just a little too cautious to shoot. They're not shooting enough. Pat Falloon thinks that maybe some of the guys relax when they've got that one-man advantage, which he says you obviously can't do because the penalty killers are working that much harder. And Archer's had an interesting thought. He thought that maybe the power play unit just isn't tested very much in practice, not with the same intensity with which they need to be tested to be ready for the real penalty killers.
Patience is the key, and don't listen to the fans.
Exactly.
Shoot.
Exactly. Not always.
Not always. All right, on Sports Channel, we have a new program to talk about. It debuted, about a week ago, and it's weeknights at 7 p.m. Tune in to Sports Channel, prime time. A half-hour look at the world of sports. It's from the Bay Area, and of course, points east, west, and north with Brian Weber and Glenn Kuiper. That's weeknights at 7 p.m. only on Sports Channel. We are on the first intermission. The Dallas Stars and the San Jose Sharks on Sports Channel, 1-1.
Dakota Sport carries a lot of things, like a driver's airbag and rear wheel anti-lock brakes. It carries more shoulder room, more hip room, and more cargo room than a comparable Ford Ranger or Chevy S10. But perhaps the most impressive thing Dakota Sport carries is this very attractive lease rate. Dakota Sport, a little bigger, a lot better. At America's Truck Stop, the new Dodge.
First intermission here at the San Jose Arena. 1-1 the score. Time for first period highlights, and the Sharks got off to a great start. Just 2:01 in, Pete Stemkowski.
Yeah, Tom Peterson will get his third goal of the game. See how he joins the play. Todd Ellick showing some good speed. It's a 3-on-2 break in the slot. Number 3 for Peterson right there, stick side on Andy Moog. Ellick and Duchesne getting assists on that goal. Another look at it. Here's Andy Moog. Here's the play going for the net. Ellick after he gives the pass. Peterson lets the snapshot go past Andy Moog. Here's one that Wayne Thomas thought was offside. But Modano keeps going. The Sharks may have thought so too. They may have froze for a split second. Look at Modano using that size and that speed coming in just over the face-off circle, letting that high shot up and over the shoulder of Jimmy Wade. Modano gets his 13th game. Is Dahlin and Tenardi getting the assist.
Sharks outshot the Stars 10-8 in the first period. The one power play goal by Modano on only one power play shot. Not a bad average. Look at the Sharks' huge face-off edge, 16-7 through the opening 20 minutes of play. Players coming back out onto the ice here at the San Jose Arena as we get set for second period action, with the Sharks and the Dallas Stars doing battle tonight. Then on Sunday, the powerful New Jersey Devils are here. Only time this season, an afternoon affair. Join us at 1:30 for Sharks Talk. Game action beginning at 2. Say no to football. Say yes to Sharks Devils. Only on Sports Channel. We're coming right back.
I think probably the most dramatic sports story that I ever covered was Sugar Ray Leonard's defeat of Marvin Hagler in the rematch. Nobody gave Ray Leonard a chance of beating Marvin Hagler. I mean, he had been retired, he had come back, he had sort of embarrassed himself, and he was coming back again. He was risking blindness. I mean, everybody was just like, you know, Ray, what are you doing? You know, this is going to be a massacre. And I just remember as each round went by, you know, there was just this shift in the audience where people started to think, you know, maybe Ray's going to do this. And as every round went on, you know, the crowd shifted toward Ray Leonard away from Marvin Hagler. And it was one of the most amazing, inspiring displays of courage and of determination and spirit that I've ever seen, and one of the most joyous victories.
Randy Hunt and Pete Stemkowski back at the San Jose Arena. We get set to start the second period. Dallas and the Sharks in a 1-1 tie. There's S.J. Sharkey getting around. See him around town at various functions and working the room here tonight on this Friday in San Jose. Good crowd on hand as the Sharks continue what has been a pretty good homestand for them, especially once it hit Tuesday night and that tie with Pittsburgh. Now the puck comes into the Dallas zone. It's up by Captain Mark Tenardi. Plays it up the wing for Shane Churla. Over his stick, and Sikora will get back for it. All brought up to forecheck, and Sikora just banks it off the glass. Andy Moog's going to let this one go all the way down to the icing.
Yeah, you look at those first period stats. The one you like most is the only 8 shots on goal that the Sharks got up in that first period.
A couple of games out of town tonight. Let's check the scoreboard in the NHL on this Friday. The Washington Capitals defeat Vancouver 3-2 the final in that one. Alan May nets goal number 1 of the year. Winnipeg a leader over Ottawa 6-4. Nelson Emerson has his 9th for the Jets. And New Jersey shutting out Anaheim 5-0 in the first period.
Well, let's hope they're using up all their scoring power tonight.
Devils in here on Sunday afternoon, the rare afternoon tilt here at the San Jose Arena. We'll be on the air with Sharks Talk at 1:30. Here's Doug Smolek now back to the San Jose net. Sharks with a 1-1 tie here, and they turn it over. Mike McPhee, a slap shot over the net. Blake plays it over to Falloon. He lost it. Here's Evison with a chance. Checked away by Duchesne. Now Elliott playing it up along the boards for Gaetan Duchesne. He'll work it out of the zone. McPhee gets it back again for Jim Johnson. Johnson can't control it. Here's Falloon on top of the loose puck. Falloon shoots just wide. And I believe Mo got a bit of the blocker on it as Falloon let go with the wrist shot from the slot. Here's Evison back the other way. Broken up at the blue line by Elliott. Now coming on is Hatcher, and he'll shovel it into the corner. Norton ahead for Oselin. Sharks, nice break out of their own zone to center ice. Falloon back for Garpenlov. Great pass. Here's Garpenlov. Shot saved by Moog. Garpenlov didn't get all of it on it, and then he got ridden hard into the boards. But a great pass by Pat Falloon back to his left winger.
It was a good play by Pat Falloon, but nobody going for the net. Garpenlov shot it. Moog had it and had to drop it. There's no Shark around him.
Makarov dumps it in. Hatcher's back there for Dallas, and the Stars are able to work it back into the San Jose zone with 2 minutes gone here in the middle period. Here's Garpenlov back for Larionov. Igor Larionov playing it ahead. Tenorti there. Sidesteps a check from Makarov. Feeds it up the wing for Broughton. Broken up by Larionov. Back it comes to the blue line. Zettler just dumps it at Moog. He'll glove it. Tossed it down to Barry. Grabs Barry, banking it up the boards. Zettler just leveled Chris Tansel along the boards.
With the license plate of that truck.
Here's Tansel again trying to pay David Maley back. Maley must have known it was possibly coming. He jumps out of the way. Now the Stars come back 4-on-3. Here's Grant Ledyard in the middle. Tansel shot. Oh, that was just over the net as Waite waved at it. Now the Stars with it. Center it again, and that's just wide. Two good chances there for Dallas. Finally, the Sharks clear it back into the Stars' defensive zone. Dallas starting the second period like they did the first with the best of the play. The Sharks quickly changed that with their early goal by Peterson. Now David Maley ahead for Peterson. Here's Peterson with Goodrow crossing over. Peterson's wrist shot into Ludwig. Ludwig will get it out of the corner, bank it along the boards, held in by Peterson. Now it comes this side. Smolek drives it toward the net. It hit Johnson's skate. Comes back to Peterson. He fans on the shot. Craigwell jumps on the loose puck through to area. Soft shot, and Mo just saw it at the last moment. Smolek in for Alec, or make that Goodrow. Goodrow trying to one-time it through to the slot. That's broken up now. Craigwell back toward the net, and it's picked up by Craig Ludwig.
Nice forechecking by Ari Craigwell. And of course, Rob Goodrow creating some couple of scoring chances for themselves.
Whistle and a break in the action with 16:20 left here in the second. You like taking pictures, as we do, obviously, of this great crowd here with the 1-1 game. You're going to want to get involved in this contest the Sharks have going on. Trying to find pictures that show off the Sharks logo. Prizes to be awarded in these 10 categories. Everyone will receive a free roll of 35mm color film from Polaroid just for entering. You'll also get a chance to win a 2-night stay at either the Chateau in Napa, the Hyatt Regency in Monterey, or the Queen Anne in San Francisco. Winners will also get tickets to the game against Chicago on February 13th, and the winning photo will also be displayed at the arena and at Shark stores. Just send in your photo, color or black and white, to Shark Sightings, 525 West Santa Clara, San Jose 95113. Remember, we won't send the photos back to you. The deadline is January 12th, and good luck. One our score here in the second period. The Dallas Stars in for the first time through San Jose Arena. Paul Broughton chopping Dale Craigwell down to the ice. Bob Airy battling in the corner as it comes back to Darian Hatcher. And Hatcher trying to get things organized in his own zone. The Stars missed the playoffs last year in the final game of the season when they lost to the St. Louis Blues. Trying to turn that around this year, but right now trying to turn down a mini slump they've had, winless in 3, as the Sharks just fire it in. Out to the center ice area. Paul Broughton stripped to the puck. Here's Duchesne ahead for Falloon. Falloon, a nice move around the defenseman. Then the shot goes off Hatcher and up into the seats, but Pat Falloon really jumping on the loose puck.
Yeah, he's got a quick shot away, but unable to get that one on just quick enough on that one. He's had a couple of chances in this first period. He's got 4 goals on the season. Hasn't really put anything consistently 2, 3, 4 in a row. Once he gets going in high gear, they're obviously looking for 25 to 30 goals from him. Here he steals the puck, going to let it go. A little bit too much time. There's Tenardi just sticking his stick out in front and knocking that one up over the glass. But that play by Falloon was brought about by some good forechecking by Gaetan Duchesne.
6 points away from the 100 mark. Pat last year in the injury-shortened season only played in 41 games and got 28 points. He has 7 points right now. He's the second leading scorer on the team behind Makarov, and chance right off the draw for Ellick. Now Duchesne back in front looking for a tip. And it's taken by Dave Barr for Dallas. Still 1-1. Here's Modano trying to get it out of the zone. It was knocked down, but now Ledyard sends it back up the middle. Here's Modano trying to stick handle. Broken up. Duchesne ahead for Falloon. One man to beat Tenardi. Shot saved by Moe. Duchesne banging along the boards, trying to knock it free. Here's Modano coming back, hooked a little bit. Now a nice feed down the middle. The shot saved by Jimmy Waite. What a play by Waite as he robs Ulf Dahlen, who broke through on that great feed from Modano. What a pass by number 9.
Just threaded the needle there. No offside. Jimmy Waite comes up with a great save.
Icing the call here against Dallas. It'll come down at the other end for a face-off. 14:42 to go here in the second.
If you're interested in seeing a quality Cal sports show with great highlights, class information, an inside look at the football program, the team, other Cal sports and athletics, and check out Joe Fonzi's show, because frankly, you ain't getting any of that on our show, because we just kind of babble and dish out a lot of crap.
Jimmy Waite trying to stay warm. He's only made 8 saves in the game so far. There's Mike Modano, who just sent that seeing eye pass to Ulf Dahlen. Here's the finishing end of it.
And he gets all of it there, Dahlin. There's the blast. Look how quickly the defensemen, who just on Dahlin's tail there, they come in, make sure there's not any other star coming in looking for any loose pucks in there. But Jimmy Waite, we talked about him getting his confidence back. The Sharks expecting big things from him this year. A little bit of a shaky start in his first couple of games, but I'll tell you something, Randy, last couple of games he's played, he's really played strong back there and come up with some big saves. And I'm thinking back, of course, to the win in Anaheim, what, a week or so back?
Last Sunday night, Halloween night. How could we forget it? My favorite holiday.
It wasn't hard to check.
My favorite holiday of the year. Here is Courtnall now for Dallas. Trying to stay on side. Stars do as Courtnall wheels at the right point. Dumps it over to the other side. Shot by Ludwig, handled by Waite. Rebound, backhanded in front. Broughton was there, couldn't find it. Now Makarov out to Lariana. Karpilov on the left side of this line. It comes to him on the wing. He's hit hard into the boards. Gets right back up as Johnson took him out. Now Lariana battling for the loose puck, and he's got it. Here's Igor Lariana. Back pass to Karpilov. Johan has some trouble with it in the corner. Takes it right toward Tansel. Makarov comes in as Tansel falls on top of the puck, and I think he may be injured.
Well, he's going to pretend he's injured so he doesn't get a penalty for closing his hand on the puck. So he stayed down there for a second, saying, I took that shot in the show, but he's all right.
He had me fooled.
Yeah.
That's not hard. Did not pick up the penalty from Richard Trottier. Here's another look.
There you go, Tansel. Here you see the puck. He's getting some whacked around. Here he goes down. Watch, he'll grab at the puck here and just fall on it. Take an extra 5 or 10 seconds or so. If teammate comes over, you okay? Probably whispers, sure, nothing wrong with me. The whistle gone. Skates to the bench. He's all right. Face off deep inside the Dallas zone.
Chris Dansel comes from the same hometown as Mike Modano, Livonia, Michigan. And their teammates. Beyond that, I'm not sure what they have in common.
They used to live in Dearborn. That's close.
That counts. 1-1 game here in the second period as Rob Goodrow goes after the loose puck at center. Here's Mike McPhee. McPhee trying to get around Craigwell. Audrey's there to help out. Sikora will chase it behind the net. Ledyard sends it right back in. Sikora trying to work it out to Goodrow. Goodrow, a little bump on Tenardi along the board. Rob Zetler will try. In the first period, the Sharks did a great job of holding Minnesota in their zone, but right now, I said it, Dallas in their own zone.
You have said it.
I have said it. This period, the Stars have done a good job forcing the Sharks into their own zone. Here's a breakout pass for Odgers. He's onside, trying to hold up along the near boards. Ledyard has Odgers tied up. Now the Sharks get the puck free. Here's Goodrow a drive and ends off a leg. Then he takes a hit from Tinordi after the shot. Here's Smolik trying to get around Mike Craig. Smolik into the corner. Got the puck free. Now Goodrow. Ooh, and he tried to draw it around. Couldn't. And it'll come back out to Evason. Still 1-1. 12:42 to go here in the second period. It is motoring along.
Boy, I'll tell you, Tom Peterson jumps into the play. When he does that, somebody has to go back. Dale Craigwell saw Smolik in deep and Peterson. He went back and played defense on this shot.
Here's Falloon. He's hooked as he tried to get the shot off. Elegant drive. Saved by Moog, and the rebound comes out this side. Now back come the Stars. Paul Broughton to the blue line. Broughton was rubbed out along the boards by Norton. Now Ellick battles for it behind his own net as Todd Ellick has come up with a fine effort so far through almost half the hockey game. Ozelinch, lead pass. David Maley takes it across the line. Moog will play it with a stick and leave it there for Hatcher. Boy, Andy Moog with a set of pads that have got to be ancient. Look at those things.
Terry Sachek used to wear pads like that. He played 30 years ago.
It's got to be the oldest pads in the NHL. Look at those big old brown things. I don't even think they make them anymore.
He sleeps with them at night.
Here's Hatcher up to center. He'll just dump it in, and the Stars will change their line with Norton back for the Sharks. Peterson and Modano have the goals in the hockey game, both of them back in the first period. Here's Modano off the steal, and he scores! Mike Modano, just like that, puts the Stars in front 2-1.
Well, he's one of the premier hockey players in the National Hockey League, and you might say during the course of a period or so, boy, Mike Modano's not doing much. Then suddenly the red light goes on. You say, who scored that goal? It's Mike Modano. He got the one in the first period. Some giveaways inside the defensive zone. Jeff Norton tries it high. Doesn't get it out. Modano right there just turns wheels quick. The quick release by Mike Modano caught Jimmy Wade off balance. The breakout, Norton tries up in the air. It's batted down. Now the shot. Modano get this one high. That's the second one that Mike Modano has shot high on Jimmy Wade. And he has scored both times. Give away in the defensive zone and cost the Sharks right there.
Second goal of the night. It should be unassisted. Well, somehow they're going to give assists on that one. And they will come from Barr and Dahlin. I guess it must have been deflected by those two before Modano let it go. And the Stars have the lead for the first time in the hockey game. 8:35 time of the goal. And it's 2-1. Now Sikora back at center, playing it ahead for Odgers, who just got out of the zone. To Bob Airy. Airy steamrolling his way down the left wing, pulls up, plays it for Odgers. That gets by him, but now Craigwell's got it. Back behind the net. Here's Airy looking for somebody in front. Airy drops it for Craigwell. Craigwell in front for Odgers, came right back to him. Craigwell again trying to wrap it around, can't. Here's Zettler coming in from the blue line, plays it to the corner. Now Airy behind the net. He misconnects. Here's Airy again on the backhand. That hit a leg. Now Odgers, as they continue to battle away in the corner. Broughton is there. Odgers got him in a bear hug. Now Craigwell. Left darting in boards. Odgers trying to knock it free. Still loose. Here's Johnson. And finally over to Craig Ludwig.
A little bumping and grinding, and the Sharks able to control the play, but when they get possession, nobody give it to him.
Russ Courtnall, nice kick save by Wade. It comes out to Airy. He's got to be weary at the end of his shift. He'll just play it in for the line change. Halfway through the second period, 10 minutes to go here with Dallas in front 2-1 as it's played into the San Jose bench for a stop with 9:58 left. 2-1 Stars on Sports Channel.
Has everything you're looking for. A huge selection of sports equipment, apparel, and athletic shoes. Like K-Swiss, the ultimate in craftsmanship. The K-Swiss Tennis Classic for men and women features a full grain leather upper for comfort and a D-ring lacing system for better fit. The new K-Swiss Gestalt Aggressor tennis shoe for men features a custom contoured heel counter for superior fit and 4-foot stabilizers for balance. K-Swiss, crafted with passion.
Find a lower price somewhere else, get double the difference back.
You'll find what you're looking for at Sport Mart.
Dallas leads the Sharks 2-1 here in the second period. Day in and day out, at home or on the road, you can always count on the great taste of Bud Light. It won't fill you up and never lets you down, so make it a Bud Light. Now the Sharks trailing here in the second period, 2-1, as Mike Modano has shown us why he is considered one of the top players in the NHL. He came into the night 9th overall in scoring, and he's lit the lamp twice for Bob Gainey so far.
Also showing why he's the #1 and first overall in the 1988 draft. That was a good draft here. People like Linden, Roenick, Solani, all those people were involved in that draft here, and Modano was picked ahead of all those guys.
Puck at center ice. Peterson ahead to Todd Ellick. Ellick has the little rhythm, but the pass goes behind Pat. Churla will work it out of the zone. Big Shane Churla, who is the designated tough guy for the Stars. Peterson tries to play it along the boards. Gloved by Brock as it comes back to Doug Smolik. Smolik turns it over. Loose puck in front of the net. Duchesne alertly plays it back to the corner away from all the traffic. Here's Churla. Churla sending it left side. Now Smolik on the deflection behind the net. Doug trying to spin out of trouble there, and he's double teamed. Takes a shot up in the head by Klatt. Now Klatt along the boards, trying to get it back toward the corner. A little scrambly play here as Paul Broughton takes a hit from Smolik.
All kinds of Sharks in the corner. Both defensemen, Tom Peterson and Doug Smolik, both in the corner of the ice. Nobody covering the front of the net.
Here's Ellick trying to break free of his check. It's Grant Ledyard, but Ledyard stayed with him. And the Sharks will change up with 8:43 to go here, second period. Stars force it in. Leaving it there for Norton, who skated over it, but gets support from Ozelin. Craig up to forecheck, but the Sharks will work it out to Larionov. Larionov wants Garpenlov. He'll send it to the corner to get it after big Darian Hatcher. Garpenlov tries to hook him. Now here's Makarov with a break at the side of the net. Makarov dumps it along the boards for Larionov. Larionov runs into two Stars, but comes out with the puck. Larionov checked from behind. And the Sharks are going to have to retreat defensively here to center ice as Makarov gets it. Craig. As it comes back this side, Larionov just across the blue line to center. He's checked from behind by McPhee. Play goes on. Here's Garpenlov, and it's an offside call. Well, they've changed one of the scoring plays, or changed the scoring play, and taken an assist away from Ulf Dahlin on the last Modano goal. So it'll be just Dave Barr on the assist. Want to remind you, great seats are left for the two games on this homestand. Sunday, the 2 o'clock matinee here against the New Jersey Devils. Then Tuesday night, the best team right now in the NHL, the Toronto Maple Leafs, are in. And you can get your tickets. Just stop by the arena box office right here in downtown San Jose Monday through Saturday. You can call Bass Charge or drop in at any of the conveniently located Bass ticket centers in and around the Bay Area. Sunday, 2 o'clock. Tuesday, 7:30. Be here.
Notice a lot of this game being played in the corners where there's two Stars, two Sharks, and it's just really a saw-off. Nobody's really coming up with the puck. They're just battling each other, and nobody really winning the battles in the corners so far in this hockey game.
Call this one a grinder. They are grinding it out along the boards. As Craigwell dumps it in, Moog has it take a little funny hop off those really neat pads. And now Ludwig up to center ice. Those pads have worked pretty good, I should add, for Andy Moog over his career. Played to center ice for Barr. He couldn't control it. Now Sikora, as everyone in the building here waits for somebody to change the complexion of this game. Modano has done his best to do that as he's brought the Stars back from trailing to now leading. Ludwig along the boards for Jim Johnson. Now here's Dahlin. Just dumps it in. Wade has it hop over his stick. Ellick rides Barr into the boards. It's kicked free. Comes out to Peterson. Peterson tried to break out pass for David Bailey, who couldn't control it. And the Stars send it right back in again. Ellick took a big hit on the far side. Crowd reacting to that as Smolik tries to play it out and does. Gloved down by Churla, who then took a hit from Maley.
Look for something between those guys, Churla and Maley. Churla's just running after everybody. Another hit.
He just cleaned Peterson behind the net. Now Ledyard back in the Minnesota zone, and the Sharks getting muscled here by the Stars as Broughton takes a hit from Maley. Delayed offside call. At center ice, Churla losing the puck, but it comes free to Ledyard. Here's Grant Ledyard back of the blue line, and he'll send it down the ice. This will be an icing call when it's touched by Sandis Ozolinsh with 5:56 left here in the second period. And the Dallas Stars on top of the Sharks 2-1 here on Sports Channel.
Keep rolling left. There you go. Woo!
Inside Out, Sundays at 4:30, only on Sports Channel.
Randy Hunt and Pete Stemkowski back at the San Jose Arena. We're glad you've chosen to spend part of your Friday with us. And in the second intermission, you'll be rewarded as Steve Paulson returns. Wow. With Dean Evison. And they'll talk about Dean's years here. Not to undermine Steve in any way. Watch and win. We'll give away a trip and accommodations. Casey Shaughnessy roaming the building, working the room. And she's roaming right now. Let's check in with her. Oh, Casey.
Couple in the building. This is Sandy and Cece from Saratoga. How are you tonight?
Quite well, thank you.
Just fine. These guys have a great view of Jimmy Waite back here behind the net. I talked to Coach Constantine today. Arturs Irbe had a touch of the flu this week and missed a day of practice, but he said even if Arturs had been 100%, Jimmy still would have gotten the nod. He really liked how he played against Anaheim, making some key saves in tight situations. Looks like he's got another tight one on his hands tonight.
Stars with the puck in their own. That was a well-dressed couple.
Yeah, anybody tell them there's really no dress code for these games.
They should just come up to our booth and have a look. Pete wears shorts below. You can't see his legs, but Pete is wearing shorts.
And that's the best feature.
As I speak.
Really, my legs.
No comment. And now Fortnall at center ice. He's upended by Norton, and then delivers a little hit on the way back. Johnson to the corner. Jeff McLean, rare shift for him, chasing him down, and Tansel comes up the boards with it for the Stars. Dallas leading 2-1. A pair of Mike Modano goals has been the story for them. Dallas with only 12 shots on goal so far in the game. Here's Makarov to the blue line with Larionov. The drop pass now to the circle. The shot. Moog the save. And he'll hold it there for a face-off as Sandis Ozolinsh snuck down that right side and got away a quality wrist shot.
You know, I swear, Randy, they should put Sandis Ozolinsh on the left side with those two guys. They've tried Garpenloff over there. Ray Whitney's played over there. McLean has taken a shift or two over on that side, too. He's always involved when these guys are on the ice. Look at Makarov getting the line, gets poke checked. Then Larionov, just a quick pass to Ozolinsh. He figures, why not? I'll join this play. Maybe get myself a goal or a shot on goal. Makarov gets the line. Everybody's on side. He's poke checked. Look at Larionov. He says Ozolinsh drifting in. Ozolinsh lets the wrist shot. There goes Moog right into the midsection, falling down and covering up on the play. But I'll tell you, Ozolinsh, he is just up that ice all the time. Good speed, good offensive player.
Crowd needs to get back in this thing. Dallas has kind of lulled them to sleep and also taken back the lead with a couple of goals. Stars could care less about putting on a show here. They want to get back on track after losing in Anaheim on Wednesday night. There's Dale Craigwell among the heroes here on Tuesday. Had the goal to put the Sharks ahead for just half a minute or so against the Pittsburgh Penguins before they finally came back and tied it up. Here is Craigwell now with the puck on the left side. He's got Goodrow wide to the right. Rob, nice move to go around the defenseman. Sends it back to the middle. Nobody there for San Jose. Craigwell and Odgers both out of the play. Now back comes Evison. His pass to the left side. Shot kicked away by Jimmy Waite. Came out real nicely there to cut down the angle and deny the shot. Al McPhee, a slapper from just across center. Sikora will settle this while the Stars make a change. And Sikora just flipping it up the ice. Moog will have this one go by him, and it'll be icing against the Sharks with 4:11 left.
That's the right play by the rookie, Sikora. I'm sure he's been told that. He's been burnt once or twice this year towards the end of his shift where he's unable to control the puck. That time he knew that line was out there for a while, so rather than try to get fancy, just dumped it high in the air, got an icing, and Sharks were able to make a complete line change on that play. Well, here's Dean Evison carrying it down. He's going to throw it over the left side. Look at Jimmy Waite, top of your screen. Going to shoot that puck. Barry up on there, lets it go. Look at Waite. He's way out of the net, stays on his feet, and comes up with the save.
11 saves so far tonight for Jimmy Waite. the faceoff. Sharks trying to get possession in the circle, and it's Duchesne with it, the former North Star. Yeah, he was a North Star.
It's all right.
That's no dollar. Here's Duchesne and the shot from the left side. That just missed. Don't jump on me when I don't deserve it.
Somebody's got to keep close.
Balloon this side for Elliott. Ledyard tackled by him as Duchesne holds it in. Back to Smolik trying to hurry up with the shot. And it goes wide. Back to Peterson, drives it behind the net. Balloon trying to collect it there. In some traffic. Elliott comes to the corner, plays it to Balloon. Now in come more of those black jerseys North Stars. And it's back out across the blue line as Elliott is trying to tie up Modano. Wade will have to play this. Takes it around the boards for Smolik. Smolik bumped by O'Donnell. And now Elliott comes out with it. Past second period here, down to 3:16 left as Elliott tried to connect with Duchesne in the neutral zone. Dahlin gets it back. Headmans it up to center ice. Here is Modano. Modano with a 2-on-1. Back the other way. Wait to save off Dave Barr. Barr will get the rebound back. Dumps it behind the net, but Smolik picked up Modano. Nothing doing second time. And now Garpenlov will just send it the length of the ice right on the net.
The Stars are getting too many opportunities, and that's bad. When you get those opportunities, you're going to start cashing them in. Barr, a good shot, good play by Modano, and Jimmy Wade had to slide across and make the save.
Offside the call with 2:45 left. Wade last year with the Chicago Blackhawks found himself backing up Eddie Belfour, but still got a good bit of work in with.
There's the one-timer by Barr. Modano's got 2 goals in the game already. Jimmy Wade, I think, saw that coming. Modano may have telegraphed that just a bit. Knew the play was coming. Here's Jimmy Wade. He's going to slide across to his right. Pass coming. Look how he slides right there. Kicks out the shot from the stick of Dave Barr.
Wade with 20 appearances for the Blackhawks last year. That was a career high. This is his 4th outing for the Sharks. Here's Makarov now as the Sharks are trying to tie this thing back up. Larionov across to Garpenlov, and he dragged it back to the blue line. That created the offside. And now Makarov looking back at Ledyard as they collided just a little bit.
Well, Johan Garpenlov, they're really looking for some scoring from him. He's only got 1 goal this year. He sat out a couple of games. See the shots on goal so far?
Not a whole lot.
Pretty close. No, not a lot of offense. Not a lot of good scoring opportunities. Like we mentioned, a lot of battles in the corners where nobody's coming up with the puck. And Sharks have really been guilty of some really defensive lapses in their own zone. And that last one with Barr and Modano, a 2-on-1. And boy, very few of those have been occurring lately against the Sharks, but almost got burnt on that one.
Puck comes across. Craig Ludwig driving it off the glass. Courtnall forechecking for the Stars as Sakura picks it up for Rob Goodrow. Goodrow and Courtnall converge on the puck at the same time. Here's a break by Erie, and he's hooked, and there'll be a penalty. Oh, Bob Erie would have had a break down the right side. Sharks get Wade out of the net for an extra attacker, but Mogul touched it in the corner. And a penalty coming up for hooking to the Dallas Stars, and that was about as obvious as it gets.
Well, take a picture of that one and put it next to hooking in the hockey dictionary as Craig Ludwig will get the play as he was trapped. There's the play right there. There's Erie just being hauled down right there. See, as a defenseman, if you look back and you see it's only going to be on one-on-one because there was a star defenseman back there, so Erie really basically been on a one-on-one, but Ludwig did not see that. He just takes the classic hook right there in the open ice, and that was so obvious that probably the 15,000 here in the building could have called that one. Ludwig in the box, and here's a chance for the Sharks to even up this hockey game.
17:59, time of the penalty, and now the Shark power play goes to work for the second time, or check that, the third time on the night. First 2 times they've generated shots but no goals. And now they'll have to bring it back out. When they took the penalty, there was only 2:01 left on the clock, so the Sharks basically had the power play for the rest of the second period. Here's Norton to center. We'll slap it in, and we'll try and reflect back to some of those points brought out in our feature in the first intermission about what the Sharks are trying to do here on the power play. Here's Norton. Peterson first times it. And Makarov got a piece of it but sent it wide. Now here's Sergei behind the net. Back out to the point for Peterson. He lets it go again, and they look for the deflection from Lariano. Norton to Falloon, and Falloon has it checked away. Norton trying to hold it in. Does for a moment, but finally it's cleared out to center. Peterson to Norton. And he'll have to turn away from Dean Evison. Here's Norton. Falloon on his right, Larion off on the left. Norton trying to work it for Igor left side, broken up. Stars will send it back into the zone with a minute to go in the period.
You just can't seem to get across the blue line. Tenorti has really been mean in this hockey game. He's really been standing up there and challenging these shooters. They try to get across the blue line. So far, no real good chances on this power play for the Sharks.
That's the time left in the period. There's 1 second less left in the power play, but the Sharks have had a lot of trouble getting it going. Here's Ellick. Left side, he'll just dump it toward Moe, who steers it to the corner. Falloon there, he's checked by Jim Johnson before he got to the puck and almost went into the boards very awkwardly, and it's cleared back out to the Shark blue line. Well, you wince when you see Falloon lose his balance there and had his hands down going toward the boards.
Last minute there, Randy, fortunately got his arms up and was able to soften that blow.
Here's Ellick now. Time running out in the period, down to 12 seconds. Garpenlov, right side, chance for Ozolinsh if he hurries. In front, shot by Sikora, blocked. Now Garpenlov out of the corner, trying to get one last puck toward Andy Moak's direction here. The time's going to run down on the Sharks as it comes from Ozolinsh, deflected right at the buzzer, past Andy Moak, but wide, and that's going to do it for the power play and for the second period. And Sandis Ozolinsh with a chance there just as time was running down. But the Sharks head to the dressing room, trailing the Dallas Stars here after 40 minutes of play. The only goal in the second period, Mike Modano. He scored both for Dallas tonight from Dave Barr at 8:35 to make it 2-1. That's where we are with 20 minutes of regulation left to go here on Sports Channel. Now to our studios and Steve Paulson.
Coming up in our second intermission, former San Jose Shark Dean Evison, now a Dallas Star, will join us. We'll talk to him. Also, our Watch and Win contest question. You have an opportunity to win a trip to Reno. Casey Shaughnessy will be back with a special interview, and of course, it's scores and also highlights. Our second intermission guest again will be Dean Evison. Friday Night Hockey here on Sports Channel. We're in the second intermission. 2 Mike Modano goals, and the Dallas Stars up 2-1. Former San Jose Shark for 2 years and now a Dallas Star, Dean Evison, our guest here in the second intermission. And joining us, Dean, the first question I have, your first trip back in, any butterflies?
Well, certainly. I mean, I played in Hartford for a few years, and when I first went back there, it was like you said, you have butterflies beforehand and stuff, but once the puck's dropped, it's basically you play the game and, go out and work as hard as you can, and whatever happens, happens.
Anything you want to prove tonight?
Oh, no. I mean, I enjoyed my stay here for the last 2 years. I really enjoyed it. My family enjoyed it. We liked the area. I was a little disappointed that I never got to play a game in a Shark uniform here in the new building, but that's hockey. I mean, that's the way it goes. It's a business nowadays, as everyone knows. So, I was pleased to have the 2 years that I did.
What do you think of the new building?
I think it's terrific. It's a first-class building, right from the restaurants upstairs and to the seating to the dressing rooms down here. And they've done a good job with the ice, good size of the ice, and it's a real nice building.
Dallas Stars are #1 in the National Hockey League in penalty killing. Why are you guys so good?
Well, I think, we've got some pretty good coaches. Bob Gainey and Doug Jarvis, basically run our penalty killing. And those two played in Montreal, obviously, and killed penalties for many, many years. And, they know what they're doing. We got a good group of guys that kill penalties. We've got some veteran forwards, but I think our defense is the biggest key. I think our goaltender makes one save and doesn't have to make 2-3 after that.
Being a member of the penalty-killing team, occasionally you can get a breakaway if the puck bounces the right way. And in the first period, you had one here.
Yeah, it was just, I was fortunate. The puck kind of fell off his stick there. He fanned on it, and I was able to, he was standing still. I was able to, get the jump on him. I don't beat too many guys in a foot race, but fortunately I was able to get around here, and Waite made a nice save, spreading himself out and, taking care of the whole net.
How is hockey in Dallas going over so far? Has it been a slow process, or are you guys making inroads?
No, I think it's terrific. I think the fans have really accepted us very nicely. I think I like to say that it's a lot like here 2 years ago when we first came here. The fans are very enthusiastic, very sports knowledgeable. Everyone said, well, they might not know a lot about hockey, but they pick it up real quick, and They know who who plays and who doesn't play on the ice, and as I said, they're very sports knowledgeable.
Shifting gears just ever so slightly, you like to drive a golf ball pretty far. You've had much success in that. What's your secret for being a long ball driver?
I have no idea. Maybe low to the ground or something like that. But I can hit it far. I just can't hit it straight. It doesn't matter how far you hit it. You can hit it 100 yards into the bush.
They're not juiced or anything, are they?
Absolutely not. No.
All right, Dean Evison, our second intermission guest, former San Jose Shark, now member of the Dallas Stars. When we come back, we will have our Watch and Win contest. Remember, you can stay tuned now because we'll have the Watch and Win contest. You can win a trip to Reno. All of that and more coming up right after the break.
Hey, MCI customers.
Sports Channel second intermission, Dallas Stars over the San Jose Sharks 2-1. Time now for our Watch and Win question of the night. The winner will receive 2 round-trip tickets on Southwest Airlines to Reno and stay at the Reno Hilton. So now, time for tonight's question. Name one of the teams that winger Gaetan Duchesne played for before joining the San Jose Sharks. Name one of the teams winger Gaetan Duchesne played for before joining the Sharks. Now, to be eligible to win, just send your answer along with your name, address, phone number, and date of tonight's game to Watch and Win Contest, 525 West Santa Clara Street, that's San Jose, of course, 95113. Winner will be randomly selected and will be notified. You must be at least 18, not an employee of Southwest, the Sharks TV outlets, and that goes for you family members as well. And very important, your entry must be postmarked no later than midnight, November 14th, 10 days from tonight. Great prizes all season long, so enter the Sharks Watch and Win Contest. Now, let me see if I can get this straight. Casey Shaughnessy has interviewed the parents of Kevin Constantine. She's also Rob Zettler's mom. And I think, not my parents, she hasn't interviewed mine yet, but I think she's now talking with the Goodrow family tree. Casey?
Steve, we're joined tonight by Bob and Eileen Goodrow, Rob Goodrow's mom and dad. And luckily enough, they got into town on Tuesday night when he scored his first goal. But for all of his success, I understand he's very humble even when he was a child, Mr. Goodrow?
Yeah, Robbie's very quiet. He's a very passive type of a player. And I can always recall the time many years ago when he was playing in a tournament in Rhode Island and he got the MVP and they won. And we were all waiting for him outside the rink. And after everybody passed through, we couldn't find him. We found out he'd snuck out the back door and went to the car by himself and took off home. So it's kind of interesting, yeah.
Doesn't brag a lot about his talent.
No, he isn't. He's a very quiet person, yeah. Very quiet among himself, yeah.
It's nice for athletes to be humble sometimes, yeah. But he had a bit of a scoring drought when he was a child, too.
Yeah, but at the tender age of 10, he had a scoring drought. Got in the back seat of the car after a little game or a tournament. I can't remember exactly what it was. And he looked at his father and he said, "Daddy, my stick doesn't work." And we got hysterical laughing at him because it wasn't my fault, Daddy. It's my stick does not work.
Faulty equipment. Yeah. What did you say to encourage him during this recent scoring drought?
I just told him just to keep shooting and working hard. That's all you really can do. There were some changes. We have a different coach here now. He's got a different style, which I think is going to be a real good style. He lost Kelly Kissio, who set him up quite a bit. I just said, just hang in there. And, the longer you stay in there, the harder you work, the sooner or later it's going to come. And I feel very confident it will come.
And, of course, you speak from experience, having been a 1968 Olympian.
I did. I played in the 1968 Olympics. I enjoyed that. I've since not played very much hockey. I've just followed number 1 around and my number 2 son, Scott. So I do a lot of traveling and watching both of them.
That's great. And if Robbie scores again, you guys aren't leaving, are you?
We'll stay. I'll stay.
We're going to stay. We're going to stay if he scores. As long as he keeps scoring, we're staying.
Okay. Well, thanks very much, both of you, for being on with us. Steve, back to you.
Casey, I know it's November and it's just unseasonably warm out there, 80-degree weather, and you're probably not thinking about football. But then again, if you're under the weather like I am, and boy, these lights are hot, tomorrow might be a perfect day to just park it all day long right here on Sports Channel. Tomorrow, it's live football all day long, and I mean all day long. Watch number 1 Heisman Trophy candidate Charlie Ward lead Florida State. That'll be against Maryland at 9 a.m. 3:30 p.m. Stanford, the Cardinal versus USC. And then at 6:30 p.m. Cal versus Arizona State. That's a matchup against former coach Bruce Snyder at 6:30. Second intermission, Dallas over San Jose, 2-1.
These shots are fabulous. Beautiful, Debbie.
Better than the last time, Tony?
Absolutely. It's my job to make sure people look good. A few weeks ago, while doing test shots with Debbie, I noticed something. Dandruff. So I told her about Head & Shoulders. You see, regular shampoos merely rinse flakes away, so they could come back. But look, Head & Shoulders helps stop flakes from even forming. See the difference? Yeah, picture perfect. Head & Shoulders turns dandruff problems into beautiful hair.
Shots on goal through 2 periods, 16-14 in favor of the Sharks. The one power play goal belongs to Modano. That was the goal that tied it at 1. Power play shots. Sharks with only 2, and their power play has struggled tonight. But they have won the majority of the faceoffs. That's a good sign with 1 more period to go. Only 1 penalty in that entire second period. You know, Pete, this has turned into one of those games that's kind of a grinder, as we talked about, and you keep waiting for something to happen. But this is the kind of game that the Sharks have to persevere through. Come out in the third period and say, look, let's grab a hold of this game.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Rennie. They have to make things happen. There isn't one guy in that locker room that doesn't realize that they have not played well up to this point. They're getting sloppy in the defensive zone, and they're not really creating any offense. So they got to make things happen here in the final 20 minutes. Hasn't been good up till now. They're dying by 1, but there's time for redemption here in the final 20 minutes.
Well, we've got a good group on hand here tonight, about 15,000, right around the Sharks average. And if you'd like to come here and enjoy a Sharks game as a group and maybe slap hands with S.J. Sharkey, or even talk to him, although I believe he has bad breath, it's easy. Just get 25 or more of your friends together. If you belong to a club, an organization, a corporation, a company, or just the people on your block, call Mary Ross. That's her number, 999-5765 in the 408 area code. She'll set up a discount for you for group tickets to come see the San Jose Sharks here at the new San Jose Arena. Check the out-of-town scoreboard and get set to take you to the third period. 2-1 Stars lead here on Sports Channel.
It's the Good Guys holiday celebration, and you can save like the Dickens with huge savings throughout.
Back at the San Jose Arena, getting set to go to the third period. Dallas leading the Sharks 2-1. And time to check the out-of-town scoreboard on this Friday night around the National Hockey League. Some other Pacific Division teams in action. Like Vancouver, they lost on the road at Washington tonight. 3-2 the final in that one. Ottawa came from behind. Bob Kudelski with a hat trick and the game winner in overtime as they stunned Winnipeg 7-6. And it was New Jersey in Anaheim tonight. The Mighty Ducks have come back in the second period with 3 goals, but still trail 5-3 down at the Pond. And there is the man of the night so far, and really the man of the year so far for the Dallas Stars, Mike Modano. And the game story certainly involves him. He figures prominently with both of the goals for the Stars so far. They've been very strong positionally, and the Sharks, well, they have done a good job staying with the Stars. They're within a goal here.
Yeah, it's up for grabs. Doesn't matter what happened the first 40 minutes. They're within 1 shot of getting themselves tied in this hockey game. I'm sure a very strong lecture from Coach Constantine between periods, and interesting to see how the first shifts go here in the third period for the Sharks.
Everyone's taking their seat here and set to go for this third period. Sharks skate left to right. Here in the third as Michael Sikora takes it from the faceoff, fires it into the Dallas zone. Here's Craigwell driving it toward the net. Bob Airy trying to center it for Goodrow. Might have been better to just whip around and take a shot at Andy Moe. It's broken up by Shane Churla, who brings it down the left side. He and Sikora tussle along the boards. Puck goes to the corner. And here we go back to this brand of play again here. A lot of action in the corners and around and along the boards. Flat. Taken to the boards by Zettler as the Sharks try and force it out, but can't. Churla with the slap shot right into Craigwell. Dale blocking that comes back out to the neutral zone.
He got his own player there.
Darian Hatcher hitting Shane Churla. That's a guy you don't want to tick off. I want to remind you on Tuesday night when the Toronto Maple Leafs are here, it's a great opportunity for you to help some of the victims of the terrible firestorms in Southern California. We will have collection barrels set up at all the entrances here at the arena, bringing along some non-perishable items, some canned food, some new toys. So many unfortunate people whose lives have really been changed forever. They've virtually lost everything, and they need our help. So please bring things to drop off here beginning at 6 o'clock Tuesday night. That's when the Toronto Maple Leafs are here to play the Sharks. That's the final game of the homestand. Touched up behind the Stars net, but after it was blown down by the official, and the faceoff will come back to center ice. And there's Doug Jarvis.
In the record books.
He is indeed in the record books in the National Hockey League. And his record is the most consecutive games played. He broke the old record by Gary Unger. Steve Larmer, who had a holdout earlier this season, had his string interrupted. He was within striking range of Jarvis' record, but it'll stand for some time now. Doug Jarvis, of course, a great career with the Montreal Canadiens, and then finished it up with the then Minnesota North Stars.
Randy, we talk about how offense has to be more people contributing for the Sharks, and Larionov and Makarov looking after most of them. First two periods of this hockey game, neither one of those two players have had a shot on goal so far, so the Stars know where the offense is coming from those two people, keeping a close watch on them.
Mike McPhee with the puck at center ice, fires it across the blue line. Stars will go for a quick line change here. Sharks want to try and take advantage of it if they can, as Ozolinsh hurries the puck out to Falloon. He'll lose it at center to Russ Courtnall. Courtnall backhands it right into the feet of Falloon again, who have to be careful not to get in a too many men on the ice situation there. When you're right by that open door, you don't want to be playing that puck when you've already got 1 foot on the ledge. And they're back in the corners again. Smolek trying to wrestle his man off the puck does. Now Larionov breaks it out across to Garpenlov. Garpenlov looks for Makarov back on the right side, held up by Aaron Broughton. Makarov back to the middle. Larionov plays it to the corner. Here's Garpenlov trying to get set now. Garpenlov checked by Aaron Broughton, and he turns the puck back over. And Johan Garpenlov having some trouble one-on-one when he's got that puck along the boards. The Stars go offside, and they'll bring it out with 17:41 left. Third period here. Dallas up 2-1.
Before the game, Brian Weber brings you around the Bay. Ken Norton Jr. takes you inside the 49ers, and Scott Farrell is on the bench.
The Sports Channel crew's also in a house.
You've heard all about him.
Yeah, we move a little bit quicker here on the bench.
Now see him on Sports Channel tonight.
We need to give you the skinny, the scoop, and the final word.
Sports Channel tonight, live at 7 p.m. right before every Warriors game. Only on Sports Channel.
Still 2-1, a low-scoring game, as Pete Stemkowski promised. So far, that's what it's been. Some of the things coming up here to the San Jose Arena. Monday night, Sawyer Brown's in. That's going to be a great show. The biggest country show San Jose's ever seen. Depeche Mode comes next Friday. Then on Wednesday, the 17th, NIT basketball. Cal squares up against Santa Barbara. Dorothy Hamill's Ice Capades, November 18th to the 21st. Volvo tennis here early in the new year. Neil Diamond coming in for 3 shows. Lots of things going on here in downtown San Jose at the new arena. And there's a guy just off the construction crew here at the new arena.
He's one of the guys up on the beams, just got finished.
Puck cleared by the Sharks, back down into the Stars zone. Icing waved off as Andy Moog leaves it back there for Brad Berry. 2 Mike Modano goals, 1 by Tom Peterson. That's been the offense so far in the hockey game tonight. We're now into the third period. Forced back in by Jeff Odgers. Hatcher back for the Stars. Dave Barr trying to play it by Goodrow, who knocks it right back into the offensive zone. Odgers chasing it down. Stars try to clear it, but can't. Craigwell off the turnover. He'll lose it. Back comes Modano. Just feathers the backhand into Jimmy Waite.
That's the thing to do when you're tired. Just get it in deep, get off. Modano been out there a minute and a half. Fires it towards Waite and gets off the ice.
Sikora now. And he'll dump it in as the Sharks want to complete their defensive change. Now they get a whole new look out there. Moog with some trouble in the crease. Crowd reacting to that as he took a tumble. Now back comes Platt. His shot broken up. Paul Broughton trying to wind for a wrist shot. Ellick had him tied up. Platt will go to the corner. Peterson watching him. Platt dumps it behind the net. Jimmy Waite comes out, turns it over. Here's a chance in front, and Sherla didn't see it. Jimmy Waite gave the puck away in his own zone. Now here's Maley on the pass from Falloon. And again, the Sharks have it broken up just as they cross the blue line. Smolek will lead his man and chase it back down to the end. Sherla up to Voracek. Boy, he's looking to hit somebody. Ledyard banks it off the boards. And now Mike Craig with it. Craig across the line for Tinordi. He'll back away as Peterson bumps it off the boards looking for Falloon.
Sharks just not making anything going their way here. They're just dumping it in, not forechecking quick enough, and not forcing any Stars mistakes in their defensive zone.
Makarov back to help out defensively now after Norton got caught up in some bad ice. Now Makarov losing it for a moment. Norton gets it back. He's tripped up by McPhee. Play goes on as Norton takes a long, hard look at the referee. Here is McLean. McLean works his way across the blue line. McLean on the backhand, and Moog makes the save. Oh, pokes it to this side as McLean got a good look. Now here's Lariana. Dumps it into the open corner. Nobody pinches up to fill it. He thought Norton was going to go down that side, and he didn't.
Now they got McLean on that side. It's been Garpenloff has been switching off with Jeff McLean playing the left side with Makarov and Lariana.
Here's McLean now to Lariana. Back for Ozolinsh. Winds up and doesn't get the shot away. And now Craig's got a breakaway. Mike Craig down the left side. Craig, the deep, and the save by Wade. Sandis Ozolinsh decided not to shoot, and it almost cost a goal down at the other end.
Well, Jimmy Waite comes up big, but I think Craig did not have much of an angle. Came in real deep, and the more you go in, the more the goalkeeper backs in. So there was really nowhere for Craig to shoot. It's very smart play by Jimmy Waite in goal.
Now Rob Zettler up to Makarov. Drops it for Zettler. Zettler steps up, pokes it across the blue line. Had Airy there, but the pass won't reach him. Now Sikora back defensively for the Sharks. 14-14 left in the third period. Tansel will touch it, but it's offside against Dallas. We're in the third period on Sports Channel. We're coming right back.
It's the way we make you feel that makes people fly British Airways. The world's favorite airline.
Well, there's Rob Zettler, and behind him Sandis Ozolinsh, rather pensively thinking over that last play, no doubt. Here's another look at it.
Well, you know, he's trying to throw it across, maybe shoot at the net. Too many things going on in his mind there. Finally, when he decides to do something, it's too late. Watch Craig break down. He's going to get in real deep before he decides to do something. Telegraph said easy. Jeff Norton made a good job of hustling back and bothering Craig on that particular play. And watch this play. Does Moog get tripped by David Maley? Take a look right there. There's Maley's skate. Knocks Andy Moog to the ice. Technically, that should be a penalty, but no call by referee Richard Trottier.
Well behind the play, and Trottier probably didn't see it. Zettler using the back dasher boards to get it away.
The referee making excuses for the refs. We're going to be very popular with these guys, Randy.
They're people too. Here's Barr. Craigwell trying to tie him up. Barr trying to kick it free and does. Now here's Dahlin. Dahlin with the big reach. Beat his man, but on the backhand he fans as Sikora recovered. Nice recovery by Michael Sikora as Dahlin got around him, but then couldn't get the shot away. Now Modano knocks the puck down with his glove, gets ahead of steam at center ice. Crisscrossing with Barr, fires it in along the glass. Here's Barr to the corner, leaves it go for Dahlin. Here's Dahlin, he sees Modano in front. The shot stopped by Wade, and the rebound cleared out by Goodrow. Airy chasing after it, can't get there in time, and the Stars will just dump it into the neutral zone. They'll go for a quick change. Peterson just fires it back in. Moog on the one-up, but it's an offside call back at center ice with 13:09 left.
Well, Andy Moog has had 17 shots directed his way so far this year. Over at the other end, close as far as the shot totals are concerned. Jimmy Waite, he's had to come up big last couple of minutes. Good shift there by Ulf Dahlin, using his good size to come out of the corners. You know, usually you're in the corner with the puck. The defender maybe look for somebody in the slot. But look at the Dahlin, how he uses some smart playing here. He'll just come right out of the corner, right in front of net. Says, I don't see anybody open. Maybe I'll try and do it myself. Comes in, tries to tuck it in, but Jimmy Waite makes the stop.
Sharks on the attack. Chance for Maloney. Scores!
Well, he's got the shot. That obviously hit something in front of the net. It was a little waist high, but the crowd loves it. That gets the Sharks in this hockey game.
5th goal of the year for Pat Falloon. A lot of time to shoot it. When you shoot from out there, you gotta hope it hits something. Take a look at it. Falloon will shoot this puck. You'll see it cross the red line. There's traffic in front of Moog. There's the traffic right there. He cannot see. He's briefly screened right there. There you see the puck hit to the right, coming right in and around. Andy Moog did not see that puck as Falloon really let a bullet go on that one. That goes across the red line, and Pat Falloon has his 4th goal of the season.
Chuck, that will make it his 5th. Don't want to take one away from him, Pete. Garpenlov and Ellick pick up the assist. Ellick now with assists on both shot goals. So Pat Falloon with the big slap shot from the high slot ties things up here, and now the crowd gets back into it as Falloon finds a way to elevate the Sharks, who really have struggled since the first period with this Dallas team.
Well, somebody had to, go for it with Makarov and Larionov getting a lot of defensive attention. Somebody's got to step forward. It's number 17, Pat Falloon, who's going to be called upon a lot of times to do that. Got a good shot. Use it. He did, and he scored.
So there's Falloon. I don't want to say he's really been in a slump. He's the 2nd leading scorer on the team, but clearly, as you mentioned, Pete, he's a guy you look for 20 to 30 goals from, and